Okay, spiritual enlightenment and spoken thought. I had somebody ask me, what is my whole book about? Be able to speak your thoughts, your true thoughts. In normal society, people don't speak their thoughts. So if you're not speaking your thoughts, you're speaking a lie. Regardless if society goes with it or not, it's still a lie if it's not your true thoughts. To argue that some do and some don't, but not to even make people aware that is your true thoughts and how you truly believe, to address it when it may bother them, and which your true thoughts will bother people. If it's your true thoughts, it will bother people, and you're gonna you want to go and discuss it, because it's a deep thought. To speak your deep thoughts, that's what's beautiful. To address them and chat about them more makes your thoughts only grow even more deeper. And we avoid that deep conversation. Spiritual enlightenment, to have a conversation with me and me knowing that I'm turning the right buttons on within our conversation. See, I just don't have conversation, I'm a conversationalist. When I speak to you, I'm reading you at the same time speaking to you within that conversation. I'm listening to a bunch of words and I'm going to look for your reaction because I'm an empath. And it's complex, but it's beautiful. It's fun. It truly is. And I'm watching everything about you. Knowing what word, vocabulary package, how it offend you, bring you, whatever it may be. If you program based on society, society is written how they react to things. If you program based on who you are, you'll show me something about yourself, but you need to know who you are. On every motion, every level, I'm 15 moves ahead of you. On every answer that you give me, I'm 15 moves ahead. I look at you 15 different ways on a mental, emotional, and a physical level. When I know how a man looks and a woman look at things, and they're not aware of each other, or themselves in each other. I'm not judging you for you. I am judging you for me inside of you and knowing how I will react and what I feel about you. Empath. Complex. We all are empath. You just got to pay attention to it. Even me saying this makes you whatever. It's programmed society behavior for you to believe what you want to believe. Or do you really want to believe that? Or you believe what society program you to believe when somebody says something like that. But to have a conversation and be turned on to it, to have these buttons turned on, your mental buttons, to already know what's going on with you, it's not for everybody. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's not right for you right now. So sometimes you got to take the time and find out what's right for you. When it's right, you'll do what's right for you. Stop being held back based on what society says. Society is going to grave, still think it's society. They have never got to live themselves. Your thoughts are yourselves, because only God and Jesus can give you the answers within your thoughts. They know them, you know them. Listen to them. A whisper from Jesus or God comes in the form of a thought. Think about what they said to you. Your job, your free will is to keep it positive. Positive. That's it. You'll see the sense of negative. And that sense is common between you and Jesus and God. They're going to sense what you sense. Your thoughts, they're going to know your thoughts. And as long as you sense a positive and you don't know at the end of the day, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? He'll give you the answer. Put it in Jesus, not man's hand. Forget man. Stop living up to man. Man should stop living up to man, and women should just living up to look for a man. Man is a foul creature. I would never stand in front of my God as a man and things I've done as a man. And I was a good man. I was a real good man. Don't get it twisted, but I knew it was something got to be greater than the man I was. It's something got to be greater. That's a gentleman. What's greater than a woman is a lady. My book is to teach you your higher self, but you got to understand what the highest thing you can be on earth is a lady and a gentleman, because you cannot become a woman goddess. You cannot become a man angel. A woman is not allowed in heaven, nor is a man. So you got to become your lady, and the man got to become a gentle. And when he takes on an angel, he draws off the man to be a gentle angel, a lady goddess. That's what's allowed in heaven. But you got to live that out on earth. You can't just bypass the stage. You got to be aware of that stage and live in that stage and understand what that stage is, what's different between that stage and your man stage, a gentleman stage and a man stage, and admit to it. Admit to it. What are them thoughts that you have? What is greater than a woman, a lady? You got to admit to it. Admit to it. And think about what's going to make a greater father. Is a man going to make a greater father, or a gentleman going to make a greater father? Come on. You're asking for the wrong thing, ladies. Women, females, asking for the wrong thing. But my book is about to teach you choices that you already know. Put the puzzle pieces together. Put them together. The enlightenment is when you hear them for yourself. When I speak directly to you, it's a conversation between me and you. You choose the words you use them with me. Let me hear you. What subject you want to talk about? What's going on in your life? Why is this happening? Let me hear you tell me how you feel about it. Who's in your life? What does she bring out in you? You got a friend that brings up the bad side in you. You got a friend that brings up the crying side in you. It has nothing to do with your friends. It has everything to do with you. And which one do you want to be with the most? Which one are you being with the most? Do you need to control that? Do you need to change that? Okay? What do you desire? Now, I'm not asking what you want in a man. What do you desire? At the end of the day, how do you want to be treated? You want to be treated tough, or you want to be treated gentle? I understand why God gave a man to you. You don't need a man. You should never ask for a man. You should never want for something you already have. That's what a woman is. If at the end of the day you want to be treated gentle, or you want both, well, man, that's only one. We walk around all day long being tough and strong. Okay, tough and strong. I know you want some of that. I know you want some of that. But is that all you want? Because a gentleman is both. He's gentle and he has man in him. He's gentle and he has man. That lady in the street gets a gentleman in the street. That freak in the sheets gets a beast in the streets. Because a beast, not a monster. Man that's a monster, a beast. He's methodical. He gonna read you. Never be fucked by a man. Be loved by a gentleman. And only beasts can emulate them love and say the loving words. And when he say the loving words, they're gonna release a mental and emotional part about you. And that's your soul and your spirit. Understand that. You just never practice something you already have. You got man in you. You can fuck yourself or you need to be fucked. That's keeping it real. God gave you 8 to 15,000 nerve in it. It's not that he thinks sex is bad. What is bad is who you using it with. Who you using it with. Heaven on earth between the legs of a goddess, a woman, a lady. God would never invite a man into heaven. A man would never want to go to heaven as a man. Ask him. If he had a choice to stand as a man or a gentleman, which one should he stand as? First and foremost, a man stands. Bad choice. Bow. A gentleman bows to his knees. That's showing respect. And say them definitions, see which one he would choose. So if he ain't going to go to heaven as a man, he chooses a gentleman, and God will only let a gentleman through. He will only let a woman through. Your butterfly stage, he wants you to truly live out your manifestation. Everything you're supposed to achieve and done on this earth, the trials and tribulations that you went through, he will see it in your butterfly stage, what it manifests to. But understand, what are your stages, what have you been through, and what did you take from it? What did you take from it? Don't let society limit your abilities. Society, that's your human side. I'm talking about your celestial side. Man can see you today, blue today, and bitch tomorrow. God see you as a goddess. Which one do you want to believe in? You ain't no queen. Unless you got royalty blood, and even if you do, that's an earthbound title. Believe in your heaven titles. I understand that. I understand how to learn how to listen to a gentleman. You can't do a man because a man don't talk. But you have to learn how to listen to a gentleman. It's different than you listen to another female, another woman, another lady. I'm speaking to the vibrations in you. How do you absorb them? What's coming from that makes you truly desire being that lady? All women know what it feels like to be with a man. Ask yourself, do your lady know what it feels like to be with a gentleman? And is there a difference? If there's no difference, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just not right for you right now. You just choose to be a woman out there, and it's go ahead. God didn't make no bad women. He didn't make no bad men. In my opinion, we're just not right for each other. And when you learn that, you'll start playing that game, that cat and mouse game. Chase, the game of chase. Understand, you are here as a creature of God. You're a goddess. You are to take everything on this earth and make something of it. You're going to be a mother of the children on earth, and you're going to be the mother of that child in heaven. I am nothing but a father of your children on earth, and the true father is in heaven. I will always take my place, the chain of command. I put you before me. I am your protector. I got your six and I got your front. If we face the earth, I will be that man that will protect you. I will clear a path and build a house. If I got your six, that means you're going to heaven. I would be third there. I will still make sure nothing gets you from behind, because I would be behind you. While I propel you, the child, and guide you up as a lady. Understand your position. A man may be first on earth, but he third in heaven. That lady got the best position in the house. She's second to God. She's second to God. What comes between for her is the child of God. Period. If we understand our true manifestation, the stages in life, we understand life a little bit better. We're fighting ourselves because we don't understand ourselves. Then we're raising children that we don't even understand. How do we, if we don't understand ourselves, how do we explain ourselves to our children, themselves to themselves? We send them out there with no life preserver. And they're just trying to figure out. And they, generations after generations. Teaching them manifestation. A mother nurtures a child. What a mother raises in a male child is totally different than what a father raised. A mother raises a gentleman. A father raises a man. Okay? A mother raises a daughter, she raises a woman, a father raises a lady. A mother got to raise a woman and a female child just in case she doesn't find a proper man to treat her like her father. So she got to teach her, you got to do it on your own, you got to be strong. I'm going to be tough with you. You're going to see me tougher with you than I am with little Johnny. Okay? Because she got to be a gentleman with little Johnny. Little Johnny got to learn, ain't always being tough. You're going to have to be gentle. So she's teaching two different lessons while dad is teaching two different lessons. But we got to be aware of that. And make sure they're aware of it and understand how they're supposed to receive it. Dad teaches that you're a man, you can go out there and conquer anything. Don't let no man tell you can't. Mom gonna sit there and say, look, put some mental and emotional thought to it. You be that gentleman. Dad stand up and be strong. You can go do this. Mom will teaching you, look, I'm gonna teach you how to read and write and do the math. I'm gonna nurture you. It's okay to be upset and cry inside because Dad says you can't cry all the time. That child's learning two different lessons. I understand that. But spiritual enlightenment is to hear it, listen to it, and figure out for yourself what words resonate with you. That's not me talking to you. That's Jesus and God talking to you. I am nothing but a messenger. Here delivering a message. I don't know what message you're supposed to receive. And through this, I learned I'm not supposed to care. If I wait around for you to tell me, we all got LD problems, okay? We all learn differently. The LD is that we all learn differently, okay? And how we learn is not for us to judge about. That's what God gave them. It's for a reason. That's part of that person's trials and tribulations. They may take a little bit longer than others. They may never seem like they get it. That's not for us to judge. Ours is for us to understand our own message and what you're going to do with it. What you're going to do with it. Then when you, the spoken thought part of my book, is when you learn how to speak your thoughts. You speak the word of God. You speak the wisdom from that thought that you was thinking with Jesus and God. And then it came up to some wisdom. You learn how to speak that wisdom out. When you speak that wisdom out, you speak the word of God and Jesus. Now that right there is true acceptance. And speak it strong if you truly believe in it. And it should not be no negative in it, in any sort. We're all the children of God. Should not be against one and good for another. No, shouldn't hold nothing like that. But spiritual enlightenment is being enlightened by conversation and feeling the enlightenment within you. Within you. And when it's strong enough, you feel it and you know it and you believe it. Learn how to emulate that. Learn how to own it. Don't let just one experience go by and that's it and you stop looking for it. And you start wondering when you know what it takes to get it. You got to be aware of yourself. You got to be aware of yourself. Stop playing that cat and mouse game within yourself. That's who you're only playing with. You're not playing with nobody else. Playing with yourself. Understand that. But the spiritual enlightenment conversation, I decide to make videos when I wake up. Whatever thought I got going through my mind at a time, because dreaming is a mad rush of thoughts, and you just get to touch a little bit of all of them. You got to hold on to one of them and be able to grip it and bring it out. Bring it out and speak about it. To bring in reality. Tell me the positive of it. I'll share my thoughts with you. DM me, email me, let me go to sleep thinking of something that you place in my head. Ask me the question, what's this? Why shouldn't you date a man? Why shouldn't you date a gentleman? You want to date a man, you can commit to a gentleman. There's a difference. You're going to date a man. But when you can realize it's no longer a man, and he shows all the things to be that gentleman, you commit to the gentleman. Okay? In society, we got to act like man and woman. But you got to know that. But you got to choose what you want to be with that particular person, because that's what that person makes you feel like. But you got to know, what is that feeling? What is that feeling? If you feel like you got to tell him something and missing something, you got to ask, so is it worth me destroying the gentleman in him to say it, or should I just be patient and wait and listen and provide the things he needs for me to get the things I need? It's always going to be a tug and war. Dating is learning, understanding one another. You're dating yourself, because who the person he makes you feel like is the person you don't know, but at the same time, you got to be aware of him to pacify him, because who he feels like it's new to him, and he's new to himself. The relationship's new, he's new, so he got to participate to make sure you know and feel that he's included. Just making you aware the enlightenment of the what goes in your life. We go through our life not being fully aware of what's going on in our life. We're totally disconnected. We go through stages in our life only to regret them or wish that it could happen again. You can make it happen. You can make it happen again. Live the 50 Shades. Everybody's still wondering that dream date. That dream date. I want to be met at the bar with a little red dress on. Well, and that supposed to be your husband for even if you get married. Now you got to participate in your thing. Make it happen. Live it for what it is. And get that experience from it. But them are earthbound things. I'm giving you something so much greater than earthbound. And when you learn, change your words, you change your outcome. Understand the closest thing to your celestial title is the highest thing you can be on earth. You do not want to be a woman, you want to be a lady. You do not want to be a man, you want to be a gentleman. Put something before your man, put that gentleness before your man, make yourself a gentleman. And you're going to drop off the man, become a gentle angel. You can become a lady goddess. Understand that. Ask me any question you want. I'll answer the best way to show you a connection to it. Have a blessed day.